We are part of the collaboration Crocktober 2022. We all know what time it is, right? Crocktober. We wanted to take the opportunity to say thank you to Jeni Scratch Made Kitchen for inviting us to this collaboration. She's a good friend of this channel, and I think if you go check her out, you won't be disappointed in the material you'll find. Again, thanks, Jeni. Make sure that you're commenting on all the videos because there will be a drawing on November 1st for a crock pot. So first, what we need to do is put our sausage in, which I've already got going here. And we go put it in, make sure you crumble it up, okay? Because you want it to be all over. And there's 1 pound. So you're putting 2 pounds of ground sausage in. Make sure you're crumbling it up. You want it all over the place. Okay. Okay, now that you got that in, you're going to add your 6 cups of potatoes. These are peeled and diced. Prepped a lot of this beforehand, so I didn't have to take time on here to do it. Okay, so what you're going to do now is you're going to go ahead and add the 1 package of stovetop stuffing. And then we're going to add the 2 cans of golden mushroom soup. Okay. Which I added 2. Go ahead and add the 3rd. Okay. So that's done. And now we need to add our spices. So I'm going to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of lemon pepper, one teaspoon of sage, two teaspoons of salt, pepper, parsley, garlic, two teaspoons of minced onion, mine's dried on the onion, and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, which is fresh. Okay. So now what we're going to do, now that we got all those in, we're going to go ahead and stir this all together. And you got to remember it's going to cook down, so it'll be thick to start with. But as this goes through its cooking process, that will change. Okay, so you're just going to let that cook down. And we'll be back when we get to the next step. All right, so now we need to get our saute going. So I'm gonna turn the pan on because I gotta melt butter and olive oil. So we're gonna use a half cup, which is equal to 8 tablespoons of butter. And we'll get that going. And what we're doing here is we're gonna saute, we have mushrooms to go in the crock pot and onions. We're gonna saute those, but we're gonna reserve the oil, butter mixture for a gravy that we'll throw in towards the end. So when this melts down, we'll come back. Okay, so that's coming down. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab my other spatula, and then I'm gonna add in the oil. This is the 2 tablespoons of olive oil. All I'm trying to do is get that almost melted entirely, and then I'll start throwing in the vegetables that we're going to saute. I'm going to go ahead and start with 2 cups of peeled and diced onions. And this will take a little while. It'll probably be about 5 to 7 minutes. I'm trying to go on the lower side though, because I don't want it to be overly done. So wait for that to come back up. And when it does, we'll return. Okay, as you can see, this has come back up. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the mushrooms now. And that's about 3 cups of diced mushrooms. And basically we're just doing the same thing. We're trying to get them cooked down, and when that happens, then we'll come back. We probably got about another 3 to 4 minutes before we're ready to put it in. All right, so this is where we want it. I'm gonna go ahead and take it off, turn that off, but I'm gonna drain the oil because I want to retain as much as I can, because I need it for the gravy I'm going to make at the end. I may have to add a little more oil. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It really just depends. Okay. Gonna move this over, and we're gonna add this to the crock pot. Okay. So I'm just going to mix all that together. And there we go. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and drain out our corn. And then we'll be draining out our carrots. Okay, and as you can see, I'm just going to dump it into this container here. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the carrots as well. So it's all done. And because they're going in the same, I'm just going to put them at the end of this container here. And as you can tell, I've already drained off my 2 cans of beans, so that's already done, and I'm just waiting for the timing. And when that happens, we'll come back. All right, so like I said, we're actually a little less on time than I thought we were, so I gotta add the carrots and the corn. Which I already drained these, and you've seen that already. And then I need to add the beans. Then you're just mixing it all together. And there we go. And then we'll just let it cook for about 30 minutes more. See when it's done. Okay, so 8 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of chicken broth, I'm going to mix those together. And then that all goes in here. Then you're going to get that soaked in there. You want it to cook for at least a minute to get that flour taste out, the raw flour. And just keep on whisking. That's what you got to do. Now, you may not use all this, but it's what I would do just to make sure you have enough. So I'm using evaporated milk in mine. Okay, so I'm going to pour it in about halfway and just start stirring. Then on top of that, I got 4 cups of water that I can add as well. Okay, so when you get to that point, you just need to whisk it so you can get all the lumps out. And it's a constant process. A little water. You're just trying to keep it so it doesn't burn on the bottom. That's the biggest thing you got to worry about. And there you go. It's ready. All right. So this is the part I said you got to be careful because you want to put it in, but you don't want it to be so much that you're going to have boil over. Okay. So what you're going to do is just mix it all together now. I wanted to take this opportunity to list off the channels that are in this collaboration. Jeni's Scratch Made Kitchen, Noreen's Kitchen, Pike Creek Farm, My Aussie Garden and Kitchen, Prepper Potpourri, The Miller's Life Kitchen, Tulilu Creates, Freedom Homestead, Valerie Hargett, The Hargett Life, Melinda's Messy Sink, Little Family Living, Our Big's Homestead Kitchen, Super at 60, RB Story with Ronnie and Brittany, Ormsby Farms, Texas Country Wife, Whiskey Woman Whisks, Linda's Pantry, Kettle Kitchen, Mennonite Farmhouse, The Beals, What's Up Family Home, Greg's Kitchen, Parsnips and Parsimony, The Big Valley Living, sorry, Good Life Farm, Sutton's Days, Flavorful Home with Paula, Mud and Mascara Homestead, Blue Self-Reliance, The Trucker's Kitchen, Rich Cat Ranch, In the Kitchen with Karen, Not For Nothing Homestead, and Great Lakes Kitchen. A bunch of great channels. Don't forget to comment on every video. Make sure that you like and share this out to everyone because there are a lot of people who would love to have some of this content in their recipe books. If you like the content that you find on these channels, please consider subscribing as they are great channels and I think you can learn a lot of great information from them. Again, thank you to Jeni's Scratch Made Kitchen for inviting us. We really appreciated it, and we enjoyed this collaboration very much. Thanks. And there you go. That's all there is to it. Let's see how it turned out. That was good. Everything's cooked all the way through. It's not dry. It's a winner.